What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over what shorts have been doing, what bigger institutions have been doing, and everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with that said, let's get right to it. So today it did go down 19.42%. After hours, it is going up slightly. A fair amount of volume, so 192.99 million shares were traded today. 271.33 is the average. So even though it was relatively high volume, that's not really coming from long investors. Rather, majority is just algorithmic trading, which isn't necessarily the best thing, especially for holding support levels and whatever else. But these are some of the transactions that have occurred so far today above $100,000. So you see roughly around 6, one big one, so 1.2 million. So ultimately it goes to show that big money isn't necessarily buying, and with a momentum play such as Faraday, you need that rush of capital. So hopefully after NVIDIA earnings, institutions might feel a little bit more calmer about the broader market and willing to kind of push such a spec stock such as Faraday a little bit higher. And on a flip side, it would really help the stock if Faraday and their management did put out some substantial pieces of news. So as of late, there hasn't been anything. They announced their full Q4 and also 2023 annual earnings for the 28th. In my opinion, I don't think that's going to be all that good. Prior to this very exciting time of Faraday going up very high, I've been very bearish on the underlying business itself. So all of this hype has nothing to do with their operations. Their operations, in my opinion, is still rather dormant, and I'm not really looking forward to this earnings. But on a side note, based on their April 9th PR, they are humoring some potential partnerships coming from the Middle East. If they do come to fruition and they put out some substantial pieces of news associated to that, then yes, Faraday will run up like no other. Institutions will rush back into Faraday, so that could cause it to go up very, very high. Even though shorts have been returning a lot of shares over this last little bit, it could still really prompt a squeeze, or mother of all short squeezes if you want to consider it that way. So when it comes down to shorts today, they did return 612,000 shares. 55.37% of the free float is being shorted. That works out to be 21.1 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is a little bit higher than yesterday, so 18.74%, and it is still on the threshold list. Utilization, on a side note as well, is 46.68%. I just want to show you this right here. So short interest DTC, that ultimately shows how long on average shorts are holding their position. So with it being at 0.16 days, that ultimately means that shorts are kind of getting in and out within the same day. Like I said, a lot of the volume being done today and over the last couple of days are algorithmic trading. So obviously shorts are kind of the byproduct of that. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. A lot of people clearly do not like, from what I've seen on social media, the fact that it didn't really have a mother of all short squeeze kind of scenario where it went to like $10 or even higher, and that the fact that shorts are getting away scot-free. I've seen a couple posts about that, kind of an interesting point. So on May the 10th, the estimated short interest was 128.85% of the free float. And so like I said, right now is at 55. So it's gone down quite a lot. But despite that, though, the underlying stock price as well has gone down in that time period. Somewhat, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. You do see a lot of call options being purchased. So as you can kind of see right here, a lot of people are assuming that there is going to be a second wave. And based on this, it looks like it is going to be in excess of roughly about $2. So you see a lot of options right here. This is the current open interest. So consensus for it to be around $4 to $6. Because especially for those individuals that had any options, call options prior to that nice squeeze, those are the individuals saying that they made 3 million and plus, or even more, right? So there's a lot of money to be potentially had, and one way to do that is options. But again, you need the underlying stock price to go up, and either it's going to be because of just capital rushing in, or the company unveils some substantial pieces of news associated to their operations. So it's kind of just stuck in limbo right now, and a momentum play, you need a lot of attention on it, and again, it's starting to fade. So this is why you do see it kind of gravitating down. There is this very strong support at that $1 mark. So based on the fib levels, this S3. So that is one point to really watch for in the next couple of days, because if it does break below that, then I believe the next one below that is going to be around the 85 cent range or 84. So again, just need to take note of some of the strong support and resistance points. So let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? Do you think that, for instance, Faraday is going to put out some substantial pieces of news, or do you think that maybe their earnings that is going to be coming out on the 28th is going to be epic and very, very positive, or do you think it's going to be a bust? What's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 7 fractional shares of the 𝗪𝗧. So pretty kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.